You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible.
Just like today, they said it was witness intimidation. I saw what the president tweeted. It was blunt, but it was no intimidation.
Oh, wow.
Are you serious?
Dude, no.
Dead serious.
No.
Yeah.
No.
There was no witness intimidation.
How do you come to that calculation?
I want y'all to handle this. Y'all go ahead. I can't. Only a damn Omega can make that dumbass off.
No, wait a minute. Time out. We're going to lead the frat out of this. I'm not going to bring... No. I'm not going to bring Alpha Phi Alpha in this.
Matter of fact, Trump is acting like an Omega.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
I mean, first of all, how you say it's not witness intimidation?
That's not. What he said in that tweet is not witness intimidation.
While she is testifying, he's tweeting that she messed up
the president
Somalia.
of the United States.
That's not intimidation. That is him. That is him giving his opinion.
She's testifying.
Okay, so you saying he's not supposed to tweet while she's testifying?
He's not supposed to.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Stop. I'm sorry. He told us he was not watching.
Right.
Well,
yeah,
that's number one.
another lie.
Okay. But he watching.
Yeah. And number two.
Is that another lie? Joseph, go ahead. Go ahead.
What lawyer in the world would allow a client to do that?
None.
I mean,
Nobody. Right.
Zip it. If it's going to play out.
What lawyer would say, yeah, in the middle of an impeachment hearing,
go ahead
and do something so they can add another impeachment.
So they can stop the hearing and announce that you're live tweeting while she is testifying. I mean, here's the thing. If they're so innocent and everything's so cool, why is Trump stopping all his people from testifying? Mulvaney.
Matter of fact, y'all go ahead and roll the video.
Why can't
of Chairman
we hear
Adam
from them?
Schiff talk about the witness intimidation in real time?
Oh my goodness.
You've shown the courage to come forward today and testify. Notwithstanding the fact you were urged by the White House or State Department not to, notwithstanding the fact that, as you testified earlier, the president implicitly threatened you in that call record, and now the president in real time is attacking you. What effect do you think that has on other witnesses' willingness to come forward and expose wrongdoing?
Well, it's very intimidating.
It's designed to intimidate, is it not?
I mean, I can't speak to what the president is trying to do, but I think the effect is to be intimidating.
Well, I want to let you know, Ambassador, that some of us here take witness intimidation very, very seriously.
So, can you explain that, Julia?
It's not witness intimidation.
Why? Because you say it's not witness intimidation?
No, I mean, I'm saying it based on, yes,
I read the definition of what witness intimidation is?
What is witness intimidation?
No, you tell me. You say it's not. What is it?
To me, that's not, what he tweeted is not witness intimidation.
What you would constitute witness intimidation?
So what is it?
What would be witness intimidation?
What is it?
Threatening a witness to go testify. That would be witness intimidation by saying, hey, if you go testify, this will happen to you. This will happen to your family. Stating what a person done when they were what, the ambassador of Ukraine at the time. That's not intimidation.
Coming from the president of the United States.
So since the president said it's intimidation.
Yeah. He's got.
Well,
Sure.
first of all, if the president has jurisdiction over the person, and she is literally testifying before Congress, and as she is testifying live, this fool says everywhere Marie Yovanovitch went turned bad. She started off with Somalia. How did that go? Then fast forward to Ukraine, where the new Ukrainian president spoke unfavorably about her in my second phone call with him. It is a U.S. president's absolute right to appoint ambassadors. They call it serving at the pleasure of the president. The U.S. now has a very strong and powerful foreign policy, much different than preceding administrations. Proceeding, it should be preceding. He can't spell. It is called, quite simply, America First. With all of that, however, I have done far more for Ukraine than, speaking of Obama, he's whining and complaining. Dog, she's testifying. He's saying she was trash.
He's dragging
every place that she went, she destroyed.
That's not witness intimidation. That is just somebody stating their opinion.
No, it's not. It's
According
not.
to what? He's not just
No.
somebody.
He's not just A, he's not just somebody. B, this is not just stating an opinion out of thin air.
He's basically
C,
the defendant in a case.
C,
And she's a witness in that case.
he had the power to remove her from her post, which he did.
Which he did.
And he is now trashing her reputation in live time as she testified about what she understood him to do during
And what he
her
did was
post.
defamatory. I mean, she's probably not considered a public figure under the law.
No.
She might be a limited public figure, but it's intimidation.
It is. I mean, it's hard to
I
to justify it. I mean, you disagree, but it's hard to justify.
I
with the
disagree.
facts.
Now,
Well, let's do this. Let's do this.
here's
Do innocent people intimidate? Would an innocent person write what he wrote?
That depends.
I mean, what's he worried about? If he's innocent,
It's
why
really
is he
a yes or no
tweeting?
question.
Like, if he's innocent, everything's
First of all,
good.
that
why is he
depends
tweeting?
ain't an answer. I mean, it's really yes or no.
Yeah.
I mean, either you innocent
Or you're not.
or
right.
you not.
And if you're not worried, why are you tweeting during her testimony? I mean, come on, man. You already
other
fired.
stuff-
I don't think
You got other stuff to
I
do.
think
You're the president. I mean, you got other things to do. I mean,
him being the president means that he can do whatever he wants as far as
including waste his time watching
But
and think,
speaking of
where
if he
is
wants
supposed
to
be
do
innocent?
that,
Y'all,
he
here's
can
this
do
shit.
that.
Democratic counsel Daniel Goldman pointed out how Trump tried to intimidate the ambassador.
Now, you testified in your opening statement that you had left Ukraine by the time of the July 25th call between President Trump and President Zelensky. When was the first time that you saw the call record for this phone call?
When it was released publicly at the end of September, I believe.
And prior to reading that call record, were you aware that President Trump had specifically made reference to you in that call?
No,
What was your reaction to learning that?
I was shocked, absolutely shocked and devastated, frankly.
What do you mean by devastated?
I was shocked and devastated that I would feature in a phone call between two heads of state in such a manner where President Trump said that I was bad news to another world leader and that I would be going through some things. So I was, it was a terrible moment. A person who saw me actually reading the transcript said that the color drained from my face. I think I even had a physical reaction. I think, you know, even now words kind of fail me.
Well, without upsetting you too much, I'd like to show you the excerpts from the call. And the first one, where President Trump says that the former ambassador from the United States, the woman, was bad news, and the people she was dealing with in the Ukraine were bad news. So I just want to let you know. What was your reaction when you heard the President of the United States refer to you as bad news?
I couldn't believe it. I mean, again, shocked, appalled, devastated that the President of the United States would talk about any ambassador like that to a foreign head of state. And it was me. I mean, I couldn't believe it.
The next excerpt, when the President references you, was a short one, but he said, well, she's going to go through some things. What did you think when President Trump told President Zelensky and you read that you were going to go through some things?
I didn't know what to think, but I was very concerned.
What were you concerned about?
She's going to go through some things. It didn't sound good. It sounded like a threat.
Did you feel threatened?
I did.
How so?
I didn't know exactly. It's not, you know, a very precise phrase, but I think it didn't feel like I was. I really don't know how to answer the question any further, except to say that it kind of felt like a vague threat, and so I wondered what that meant. Concerned me.
And Congresswoman Terry Sewell pointed out how this whole thing impacted ambassador's reputation.
But I really want to know how it felt to have your reputation sullied, not for state and nation, but for personal gain. You spoke about how your service is not just your own personal service, it affects your family. And today we've seen you as this former ambassador, this 33-year veteran of the Foreign Service. But I want to know about you personally and how this has affected you personally and your family.
Yeah. It's been a difficult time. I mean, I'm a private person. I don't want to put all that out there, but it's been a very, very difficult time because the president does have the right to have his own or her own ambassador in every country in the world.
But does the president have the right to actually malign people's character? I mean, it may not be against any law, but I would think that it would be against decorum and decency.
I mean, there's a question as to why the kind of campaign to get me out of Ukraine happened. Because all the president has to do is say he wants a different ambassador. And in my line of work, perhaps in your line of work as well, all we have is our reputation. And so this has been a very painful period.
How has it affected your family?
I really don't want to get into that, but thank you for asking.
Because I do care. I also want to know how you think it affected your fellow colleagues in the Foreign Service. My Republican colleagues have said that since you received such adulation from and embracing from your own fellow colleagues, that what occurred, the incident that occurred with the president and his cronies, maligning your reputation, how has that had a chilling effect on the ability and the morale within the Foreign Service? Can you speak to that?
Yeah, I think that it has had exactly that, a chilling effect, not only in Embassy Kyiv, but throughout the State Department, because people don't know kind of whether their efforts to pursue our stated policy are going to be supported. And that is a dangerous place to be.
Y'all, bottom line is the man is a thug. He's thug in chief. And all of his secrets are being exposed. And guess what? Next week, that Army officer will be testifying. Let's see how that goes. All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, y'all. Hey, guys, as the marijuana momentum continues, friends at marijuanastock.org have already reached more than half of their funding goal for the hemp CBD investment. That's right. If you want to take advantage of this great opportunity, you need to do it now because it won't last much longer. Now, if you don't know, I'm talking about the hemp plant, the good cousin of marijuana, with a much higher concentration of CBD. That means hemp gives you all the medical benefits of marijuana without getting you high. Also, if you don't know, hemp farming is now legal in the United States, creating one of the largest commodities worldwide. It's an incredible investment opportunity, and that's where our friends at 420 Real Estate come in. Their business model is simple. They buy land that supports hemp CBD grow operations and lease it to licensed, high-paying tenants. They are hemp CBD landlords, and you can get in on the action. Now, as hemp continues to change the economic landscape, 420 Real Estate is allowing you to chase the American dream, and you can do it now by investing in their crowdfunding campaign for as little as $200. That's right, $200 up to $10,000. Now, do it now before the fund is closed. To invest, go to marijuanastock.org. That's marijuanastock.org. Get in the game and get in the game now. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.